As Jochen already said, Sabine and I are going to talk about a chemistry-specific data management plan template. I will start with a short introduction why supporting our chemistry community in writing data management plans is important, and also how we developed this chemistry-specific template. Then Sabine is going to introduce you to the Research Data Management Organizer. That is an online tool that you can use to write a data management plan. And she will also talk a little bit about the DMP topic in the NFDI framework. And I will close the presentation today with talking about the future perspectives and developments. So let's start with a short introduction. NFDI for Chem is the chemistry consortium within the German National Research Data Infrastructure, and we support our research community in handling research data from creation to reuse. This is shown on the slide. So for example, when you create your research data, we support you with a smart lab. That can be electronic lab notebooks, for example. When you want to publish your data and access data, we provide repositories and support you in searching for the right repository. We have groups working on metadata, semantics, and standards to support you in finding and using data. And we also train our community in research data management to support them. And when we talk about the handling of data, the data management plan is a really important concept. You can see the research data lifecycle on the left side here. Usually you start your research project with planning research, and this is the best point to write a data management plan. Usually you create an initial draft where you explain how you are going to handle your research data during and also after the research project. And during your research, you keep this plan up to date, which means it's not only a formal document, it's also a living document that has to be adapted during the research project here. What is the motivation behind? Why do we support you in writing a data management plan? On the one hand, you have requirements by research funders that you have to fulfill. All those requirements are here on the left side in the table. But on the other hand, all the requirements can be translated into personal benefits, which means when you try to fulfill the requirements, you also can benefit a lot from this. So for example, when you fulfill the formal requirements by any research funder, you directly have to think about your research data management before your project starts. And that means that you also have a clear structure for managing your research data. And it's the same when you have to share your data and archive it. You have to think about all this, which means that you also have in the end easier access to your own data, you and also your colleagues. And that even long term here, just as two examples. If you want to read a little bit more about data management plans, we have a great article in our knowledge base. There is a short introduction into the topic in the data handling section, and there are a lot of links provided to other data management plan tools and templates and further reading here. So if you're interested, I recommend to go there and check the article. In this talk, we will talk about the template itself, which is kind of a checklist. It's a questionnaire where you have to answer questions. You can use this checklist without any tool. You can download it either as PDF or as docx, or you can use this template in the provided tool, which is called Research Data Management Organizer. This is a web-based tool, and beside our chemistry-specific template, you also will find other templates there. So the choice, if you want to work with the checklist or the tool, is up to you. I will then start to present you the template. So as I already said, the template is chemistry-specific. It is based on the DFG checklist, the data management plan by the German Research Foundation. They don't call it data management plan. They call it checklist. And this checklist comes up with a couple of questions regarding research data management topics, but the questions are not always self-explanatory. And sometimes you do not have an idea what you can answer to all those questions. And therefore, we enriched this questionnaire with a lot of help text and further informations, all in a chemistry-specific framework. And we collected a lot of possible answer options so that it is easier and faster for you to write your data management plan, and that you have ideas what you could write regarding the question that you are answering there. And you also have always free text field options. So if you cannot find the right answer for your research, you can also type it in there. The checklist that we developed is available via this link and QR code on Zenodo, and you can download it and use it. How did we come to the chemistry-specific content? There is a publication explaining the road to a chemistry-specific data management plan. What we did is we performed an interview series, which means that we talked to chemistry researchers from the bachelor's level up to the PI level and all over the chemistry disciplines to collect all those answer options here and to provide better help texts and background information for writing your data management plan. And the results of this interview series showed that there are still a lot of challenges in implementing the findability and reusability of the FAIR principles. And for most of the chemists, the linking between the physical samples and the data is really important. The next slide shows again what type of content went into our chemistry-specific data management plan. So on the right side, you see we took the results from an online survey. This online survey is coming from the Research Data Alliance. They have a working group which is called DSG for DMP, which means discipline-specific guidance for data management plans. And we took this online survey and the results as basic for our questionnaire that we sent to researchers to collect some more information. And we did an interview series to collect all that. And all that information went into our template here. The template is divided into 6 sections. In every section, you have a special topic regarding research data management. And you have a couple of questions that you have to answer there. So the first thing is that you have to describe the research data that you expect during your research project. You have to explain how you are going to document your data and how you will guarantee the data quality. You have to think about the storage of your data and also some technical security aspects here during your project. You have to think about legal obligations and conditions. And you have to answer how you are going to exchange your data and make it accessible for the long term. And also really important, the last aspect here, who is responsible for what and when, and which resources are you going to use to guarantee this here. This slide shows an example. This is a snapshot of the DMP template that you find on Zenodo. On the left side here, you see it's the chemistry-specific catalog based on the DFG checklist. There are some explanations and introduction information here and some further helpful links. And on the right side, you see one example, the section data description. The question is coming from the DFG. How does your project generate new data? And then there is the help text by NFDI for Chem. So here you see research data is typically generated in every research project. You should reflect upon this and that and consider the methods and tools you use. So the options given here, for example, which chemical experiments are you going to do during your research? What analytical determinations are you going to use? maybe you also have some calculation models or simulations. And you see also the free text option here. And now Sabine is going to introduce you to the Research Data Management Organizer.
Yes, good morning. Oh, hello from my side. As I said, I'm from the DMP for NFDI team, and I also work since several years with RDMO. That's why this is my part. And when we talk about the RDMO NFDI for Chem, we talk about one client within a multi-site RDMO instance, which is hosted by our team. I will come to that later on to explain it in more detail. But for now, you have several NFDI consortia-specific RDMO clients. Within you can choose a special theme or specific catalogs you just want to make available for your community. You can choose several plugins and also a login procedure. You can also reuse catalogs and plugins from other clients in an easier way. But this is, you can just have your own instance for your own community. In that RDMO NFDI for Chem client, there to today 133 projects are created, and 104 from that are using the NFDI for Chem template, which Ann-Christin presented right now. 28 are using the research data policy generator, and 1 is using the software management plan. Like I said, for each client, you can choose which login procedure you want. The NFDI for Chem RDMO uses the NFDI AAI login procedure, so that every organization or institution can be part of it by accepting the I don't know how technical this will work, but the institution can say by its own if they want to include their organization into that login procedure. You on the right side you have the link to the RDMO instance, but I will show it in a live demo. You can have a look at the slides afterwards. Everything I will explain to you in the live demo you can find here. So you see my web browser, right? Yes. Okay, after you log into RDMO, you will come to this page. When it's your first login and you never created a project, this site will be empty. I already created some projects. So the first step will be clicking on new project. In that project, you can give it a title. I choose title and choose a catalog for your needs. So in that NFDI for Chem RDMO instance, there are templates like these 4 available. I choose the NFDI for Chem template and create my project. After that, I'm in my project side. You can also see it here. So this is my project I created right now. And here's my title. I didn't provide a description and I used this catalog. So here we have tasks. These are not just These are not management tasks. It's something an RDMO editor can include in the template. So when you, for example, didn't answer a question X, Y, here can appear a task like you have to talk to person X or Y, something like this. You can also invite members and give them a specific role by clicking the plus. So you can say either if they are owner, manager, author, or guests. Owner can do everything, manager as well, except deleting the project. An author just has reading and writing rights, and guests can just read. The snapshot function is a kind of a versioning. So you can make a snapshot from your answering process of the DMP and give it a name like the date or something. And you can go on answering the questions and can go back to that snapshot if you don't like your further answers also. So the next step will be answering questions. And here you can see the chapters like Ann-Christin presented. So it's based on the chapters are based on the DFG checklist, but not the pages, but that doesn't matter. The content is the same. And the template starts by providing a set. So you have to click a set, which means a data set. So before you answer this template, you have to think about how to structure your data and how to cluster your data and find a specific data set, which means data which uses the same method or the same structure and so on. And for each data set you create, so I give it a name, set 1. For each data set, you can then answer the questions. And yeah, you can also choose option sets or write something and proceed. And here you see how many questions you already answered. At the end, you will have a link to your answers, but you can also see them when you go back to the project and go on view answers. Then you can see all the questions and answers you gave in the DMP, and then you can export these answers with the questions in several formats like PDF or Microsoft Office and so on. So these are the basics every user should know about using RDMO. And then I come back to my slides. So as I said, this NFDI for Chem RDMO client was or is hosted by our project team member from the ULB Darmstadt, and within the DMP for NFDI, a basic service. So it's a basic service within the NFDI starting May 2024. And our main goal is to implement machine actionable data management plans, and in the future software management plans across the NFDI. So we provide technical and content support and training and materials. So the technical side is the hosting. So the hosting of ADMO clients, and like I said, you can customize them for your own needs, and there's also the possibility to get supported by the integration in your own service landscape. Then the content side is the template management. So we provide support by creating ADMO templates and by standardizing them. And we also have a look on the vocabulary, which is something behind ADMO, which is not that easy to know for users. And we also give training materials and training for employees about our work and DMPs and ADMO as well. And we are open for a central point of contact for questions. We are now at the end of the initialization phase, and the template was developed before the initialization phase started. So what Ann-Christin said was the content-related development of the template, and after that we created an ADMO template, which you can use in ADMO. And this was before the initialization phase started. So it's not that necessary to know, but now you know. So NFDI for Chem is an applicant partner with the RWTH Aachen. And in the first phase, they supported us by providing feedback just to refine our service and our template management as well. They participate in our workshops and our support your fix, and it was very helpful. For the next phase, we think about integrating the content related, which calls NFDI DMP template framework into the second NFDI for Chem template. And within the incubator project about community outreach and training, they want to get feedback from the NFDI for Chem community, just to have the information which we can use in the second template. And with that, I hand over to Ann-Christin.
So as we heard that we already have more than 130 data management plans in our research data management organizer, which is great. We want to further develop our template. So for us, it's really important to support our community, and we want to provide user guidance and training. What we plan to do is to develop an interactive workshop to train the researchers in writing a data management plan. We already collected a lot of feedback from our community and the wish that we offer workshops where the researchers can write an own data management plan. And we further want to provide support materials and also support the DMP for NFDI. With that, we also want to improve the existing template, also regarding new requirements by research funders, and also based on the community feedback that we receive. So when you are going to use our template, and realize that maybe a specific answer for your chemistry discipline is missing, please let us know so that we can add these answer options there and further develop the template. And another important thing would be the integration of the research data management organizer with other systems, so that we have a seamless connection of all the tools that you are going to use for your research data management. So it would be great if RDMO and your electronic lab notebook and also the repositories that you use could communicate with all the other systems, that we have a streamlined workflow here. That's it from our side. Thank you very much for your attention.